Hello, class. Happy week 10. It's hard to believe that the whole term has just flown by, and yet we are here in our last week. I want to say thank you all for all of your hard work this term. I enjoyed working with you all. My announcement this week is going to be a little bit different. Of course, you have a discussion that's due Thursday where you're going to be talking about advocating and social advocacy for different cultures. But more so, I wanted to speak to what's ahead of you. So not only do I get to teach from time to time in the program, which I very much enjoy and love, but also as Associate Dean of Programs, I have a little bit of insight into some of the data that we get term over term from students. And I wanted to tell you that next term, term 4, tends to be a more challenging term for students in our curriculum. And it's because that it's research and assessment together, which are two more heavily didactic courses, and also because students often don't understand or see the reason sometimes why they have to take an assessment course, or even why they have to take a research course, especially if you're just going to be going into clinical practice. And so I wanted to speak to that and also to explain some helpful study tips. First, research is an important part of our CACREP curriculum, and although we're not CACREP accredited now, we do plan to be very soon. And so having a research course and an assessment course falls in line with the accreditation standards and also prepares you, even if you're just going into practice, and because some students do plan to go further and get their doctorate, but you need to be a connoisseur of good research, of good literature. As we see today in our political environment, so much information pumps out almost instantaneously and is labeled fake news. And if you're able to look at a statistical analysis or really able to see, like the sample size in a study, you can think more deeply and critically about information that's being given to you and if certain treatment modalities are better for clients than others. Assessment is the same way. It's helpful to know, when you get a client and you look in their case file and you see some of the assessments that the client has taken, you can have a little bit of an understanding of what that assessment means and what that can mean for the client clinically. And so that's a little bit of why you have those courses in your curriculum. And in terms of studying, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a meanie or anything, we have found that students who are most successful next term really do have to double up the amount of time they're spending in the class. And so however much time you've spent in your courses to date, plan on doubling that next term. I just say that as a kernel of wisdom for you going into a term that's really heavily didactic. Oftentimes students don't see the immediate applicability of it, and it's not sometimes what students signed up for. You wanted to help people, you wanted to sit across and counsel someone, and so these two courses are more of the foundational behind the scenes courses that you need to be a successful professional counselor. So that's what I wanted to tell you about next term. As I said, I've enjoyed working with you all this term. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. I look forward to grading your self-reflection and also your final discussion. Thanks.